Hello dear student, myself Prof. Sabgurejki. Today we learn new chapter electrostatics. In this chapter we can discuss what is meant by electrostatics. The electrostatics word can be divided into two parts. First is electro and another one is statics. Electro means two charges, positive or negative charge, and statics means these charges are at a rest position. We discuss actual definition of a electrostatics. Definition: the branch of physics which deals with the study of electricity or electrical charge at a rest is known as a electrostatics. The branch of physics which deals with the study of electricity or electrical charges at a rest is known as a electrostatics. In this chapter, in electrostatic, we study about forces, field, and a potential arises from the static charges. In 11th standard, we have studied the Gauss law, which gives the relation between electrical charge and electrical fields. It also provided equivalent method for finding electric field intensity by relating value of the field at a closed surface and the total charge enclosed by that surface. It is useful or it is powerful, which can be applied for the calculation of the electrical field when it originated from charge distribution of sufficient symmetry. Then we discuss actual statement of a Gauss theorem in electrostatics. Gauss is a scientist name which explain the relationship between electric charges and electrical field. This law is called as a Gauss law or a Gauss theorem in a electrostatics. Statement: the total normal electrical induction over any closed surface with any number of electrical charges situated at any position inside it is equal to algebraic sum of charges enclosed by that surface. In short, total normal electrical induction is equal to the total charge. In mathematical form, we can write phi is equal to q upon epsilon naught is equal to integration over closed surface E bar into ds into cos theta, that is we can write this integration over closed surface E bar into cos theta into ds bar. This is a mathematical form of a Gauss theorem or Gauss law in electrostatics, where q or phi, here phi be the total flux coming out of a closed surface and q be the total charge inside the closed surface. Then we can discuss another concept, what is meant by conservative force. Conservative force definition we can prepare here. What is meant by conservative force? The force in which depend only on its initial and final position of a object is called as a conservative force. Repeat definition: conservative force means the force in which depend only on its initial and final position of a object is called as a conservative force. Basically, in a conservative force, work done depend on its initial and final position. For example, we consider two objects. Consider two objects. Suppose first object at a position and another object at a B position. When work done in A position is equal to work done at a B position, when this object move toward the B position, that time total work done at a B position and total work done at A position is equal. That time we uh, consider here total work done is a conjure, or this when these objects move from position A to position B, that type of force is called as a conservative force. And the basic type of a conservative force, or example of a conservative force, first is a gravitational force, and another one is a electrostatic force. In electrostatic we use a conservative force. Next point we can discuss in this chapter is application of a Gauss law. Application of a Gauss law. In this section we shall see how obtain the electric field intensity for some symmetrical charge configuration with the help of some example. First application of a Gauss law. Electric field intensity due to uniformly charged spherical cell or hollow sphere. Electric field intensity due to uniformly charged spherical cell or hollow sphere. See this diagram. This is a uniformly charged spherical cell or hollow sphere. Consider a sphere whose radius is a capital R here, with its center at O, charge to a uniform charge density. Suppose this uniform charge density we consider sigma here. The uniform charge density units coulomb per meter cube. Place in dielectric medium of permittivity. Suppose this permittivity we consider epsilon. We know that epsilon is equal to epsilon naught into K. Then we can find total charge on the sphere. This total charge on sphere, this is given by Q is equal to what? Q is equal to sigma into area of this surface. This become 4 pi r square. The total charge on the sphere, this become Q is equal to sigma into 4 pi r square. See this total charge we can given here. Q is equal to sigma into 4 pi r square according to definition definition of a surface charge density, Q upon total charge upon surface area. This consider a point capital P outside the sphere at a distance small r here. Distance is small r here from center of sphere O, that is OP. We can write this OP is equal to small r. Draw a Gaussian surface. This is a Gaussian surface with a center O and radius small r. Then ds be the small surface area around the point A. Suppose this is ds is a small area around the point P here. Then by Gauss law, this is a total integration in a closed surface, epsilon into E cos theta into ds is equal to q. Consider equation first. The magnitude of electric intensity at every point on the Gaussian sphere is the same and it is directed radially outward. Also, the angle between direction of E and the normal to the surface of the sphere is 0. Then we can write here theta is equal to 0. Then cos theta, that is theta is equal to 0, means cos 0 is equal to 1 here. Integration over the closed surface epsilon into capital E ds is equal to q. Then we consider here epsilon into capital E integration over the closed surface ds is equal to q. But integration over closed surface ds is equal to total surface area of a Gaussian sphere. Then we can write integration over closed surface ds is equal to 4 pi r square. Therefore, epsilon into E 4 pi r square is equal to q, because here integration over closed surface ds is equal to 4 pi r square. Then we can write this epsilon E into 4 pi r square is equal to q. We can find capital E here. Electric field intensity. Then E is equal to q upon 4 pi epsilon into r square. Consider equation second here. This gives electric field intensity. This equation gives electric field intensity due to uniformly charged spherical cell or hollow sphere. By definition of dielectric constant, dielectric constant, k is equal to epsilon upon epsilon naught. We can find epsilon is equal to k into epsilon naught. This value we can put equation second. We get here E is equal to q upon 4 pi epsilon naught k into r square. Consider equation number third here. For air medium, k is equal to 1. Here we put up k is equal to 1 here. Therefore, equation third become here E is equal to Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught into R square, because here K is equal to 1, then we can write here E is equal to Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught R square. Consider equation number 4 here. But we know that here we know that total charge Q is equal to x, total charge is equal to sigma into 4 pi r square, capital R square. Consider equation number 5. Then this equation 5 we can put in equation 4. Here put equation 5 in equation 4. We gets another equation. We can write this E is equal to sigma into 4 pi r square upon 4 pi epsilon naught r square. Here 4 pi gets cancelled. Remaining what capital E, that is a electric field intensity due to uniform charge spherical cell or hollow sphere, is given by capital E is equal to sigma into r square upon epsilon naught into small r square. This equation number 6 gives another equation of electric field intensity due to uniformly charged spherical sphere. We discuss here two cases. Suppose here, if point P lies on surface of the charge, if point P lies on the surface of charge sphere, then we can write this R is equal to suppose this sphere, uh, this point capital P lies on surface on charge sphere. Suppose here we can write small r is equal to capital R. Then equation 6 become E is equal to sigma into r square upon sigma into r square, because small r is equal to capital R. Here r square gets cancelled. Remaining what E is equal to sigma upon epsilon naught. This is a electric field intensity if point P lies on surface of the charged sphere, that is small r is equal to capital R. And another case we can discuss here. Another case, if point capital P lies on the sphere, since there are no charge inside sigma, that is sigma is equal to 0, we can write this equation 6 E is equal to sigma into r square upon epsilon naught small r square. We can put sigma is equal to 0, then this total becomes 0. E is equal to 0 means what? If point P lies inside the sphere, since there are no charge inside. This is another equation. Electric field intensity if point P lies inside the sphere, since there are no charge inside. This is a first application of a Gauss law, and then we discuss second application, electric field due to intensity due to an infinitely long straight charge wire. electric field intensity due to and infinitely long straight charge wire. Consider uniformly charged wire of infinite length having a constant linear charge density. Suppose this linear charge density we denote lambda kept in medium of permittivity. Suppose this permittivity we consider epsilon. Let capital R be the radius of cross section of wire. We know that definition of a linear charge density, this become lambda is equal to Q upon L. Q be the total charge and L be the length of cylinders. Then we calculate total charge is equal to Q is equal to lambda L. Q is equal to lambda L. See this diagram. See this diagram. This is a infinitely long straight charge wire. We consider here cylinder. Let capital P here capital P be a point at a distance small r here, at distance small r here, from axis of wire. Draw Gaussian cylinder surface of radius r. This is a Gaussian surface. We can draw Gaussian cylinder surface of a radius small r and a length is a small l, as shown this figure. Let capital E be the electric intensity at point P and it is directed radially outwards, and capital E is the same for all points at a same distance from the axis. Then we using Gauss law. Using Gauss law, total normal electrical induction is equal to total charge. Then we can write here integration over closed surface epsilon into E into cos theta into ds is equal to lambda L. Consider equation second here. But angle between the direction of E bar and normal to the surface of cylinder ds is a 0. Angle between direction of E bar and the normal to the surface of the cylinder is 0. Then we can write this: theta is equal to 0 and cos 0 is equal to 1. Then above equation second we can write here epsilon is equal to epsilon into E into integration over closed surface ds is equal to lambda L. Consider equation third here. Integration over closed surface ds is equal to area of closed surface of Gaussian cylinder, means what? Area of curved surface of a Gaussian cylinder. We can write this: integration over closed surface ds is equal to 2 pi RL. Consider equation number 4. We can calculate integration over closed surface area ds is equal to 2 pi r L. Then equation fourth, put in put equation 4 in equation third, we can calculate here epsilon into E into 2 pi RL is equal to lambda L. Here small l, small h cancel, remaining hot E is equal to lambda upon 2 pi epsilon into small r. Consider equation number 5. Equation number 5 gives the electric field intensity due to an infinitely long straight charged wire. Another way, we know that epsilon is equal to epsilon naught k. Then another equation of a electric field intensity due to an infinitely long straight charge wire. Here we can put E is equal to lambda upon 2 pi k into epsilon naught r, because epsilon is equal to epsilon naught k according to definition of dielectric constant. Here for air medium k is equal to 1, then equation 6 we can write here capital E is equal to lambda upon 2 pi epsilon naught into small r, epsilon naught to small r. The direction of electric field is directed outward if lambda is positive and inward if lambda is negative. This equation number 7 gives another equation of a electric field intensity due to due to an infinitely long straight charge wire. Note, we can prepare here if direction of electric field is directed outward if lambda is positive and inward if lambda is negative, then we can write or we can draw direction of field or direction of field for two type of a charge. We consider here positive charge, if direction of electric field is directed outward, that time lambda is positive here. And another way, direction of electrical field is directed inwards, that time lambda is negative. This is shown in this diagram, direction of field for two type of a charges. Some question asked on these two topics is, first one is obtain the expression for electrical field intensity due to uniformly charged spherical cell or hollow sphere. And second application, this topic asks some question, obtain an expression for the electric intensity at the point outside the infinitely charged conducting cylinder. And next application of a Gauss law, we consider third application of a Gauss law. Electric field due to a charged infinite plane sheets. Consider a uniformly charged infinite plane sheet with surface charge density. We consider here surface charge density sigma. By symmetry, electric field is perpendicular to plane sheets and directed outward. Electric field intensity has a same magnitude at a given distance on the either side of the sheets. We consider here we consider here capital P be the point at which electric field intensity is to be determined. Then we discuss capital E is the electrical field intensity at point P, and S be the Gaussian surface, and PS be the plate. Consider Gaussian surface around P. In the form of cylinder. Here ds be the small surface area around the P. Toys are here toys are be the length of cylinder perpendicular to the plane sheet as point P lies at a same distance small r on the other sides. Here total length we consider small r in these sides, and another side this total distance we consider small r. Then small r plus small r is equal to twice r. This is a length of cylinder perpendicular to the plane sheet as shown. Point capital P lies at a same distance. By Gauss law, total normal electrical induction is equal to total charge. We consider or see this diagram. Here is a P dash, and another point is a P dash. This is a 2 point of a cylinder. Then we calculate total normal electrical induction at a P points. First we calculate here this total normal electrical induction. This become integration over closed surface small e epsilon into capital E into cos theta into ds, and another this become at a P dash, this total normal electrical induction, this become integration over closed surface epsilon into capital E cos theta into ds. Then we can write here according to Gauss law, this total normal electrical induction is equal to total charge. Means what? First at point P, integration over closed surface epsilon into E into cos theta into ds at a P, plus integration over closed surface epsilon into capital E into cos theta ds at a P dash is equal to total charge. Adding these two terms we gives total charge. Consider equation first here. By definition of surface charge density, sigma is equal to total charge upon total surface area. We can write this sigma is equal to total charge upon integration over closed surface ds. We can write we calculate total charge. This total charge q is equal to sigma into integration over closed surface into ds. Consider equation second here. Since theta is equal to 0, then cos 0 is equal to 1. Then equation first become here epsilon into e into integration over closed surface ds plus epsilon into e integration over closed surface ds is equal to sigma into integration over closed surface ds. We adding this two term, then we get here 2 into epsilon into e into integration over integration over closed surface ds is equal to sigma integration over the closed surface into ds. Here this term gets cancelled, this term gets cancelled, remaining hot sigma is equal to twice epsilon into e. We can calculate capital E. Capital E means what? Electric field due to a charge infinite plane sheets. Then E is equal to sigma upon twice epsilon. This equation number third gives the electric field due to charge infinite plane sheets. We know that dielectric medium epsilon is equal to epsilon naught into k. Then equation third become E is equal to sigma upon twice epsilon naught into k. Equation number 4 also gives electric field due to a charge infinite plane sheets. Then another one for air medium k is equal to 1. Then we can write equation fourth E is equal to sigma upon twice epsilon naught. This is the expression for electrical field intensity at a point outside the uniformly charged thin plate sheets. Question are asked on this topic. Derive the electric field intensity due to uniformly charged infinite plane sheets. In this way, in this lecture, we can discuss what is the statement of a Gauss law, and we discuss 3 application of a Gauss law. Today we stop here. Thank you.